This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Megas, and are we on episode 7 now? Let me back out of this and take a look. Yeah, we're on episode 7 of Powers. Wow, this show is moving right along here. So after the craziness of the memorial service and everything, the slight reveal from Trip Hammer about the drainer, we get an even bigger clue as to what's going on from Wolf himself. So if you remember the last episode, Wolf decided that he wanted to be drained, so he went on TV and publicly said he needed them to drain his powers completely, in hope that they would do that. He also had Zora making a public appearance, coming in contact with Diamond and Retro Girl again. She kind of flipped out. You had the interplay between Dina and her father. It was a dramatic episode. But one bit that I think I kind of skipped over that ended up coming back to be huge was the whole situation with Walker's partner's son, Crispin, where he got involved with Callista painting the police building with that girl's name, and then that girl decided to put up the fake story on the end. Like, it wasn't a fake story, but she kind of tweaked the story to make it look like the Powers who went to help the people in the crash led to someone getting killed. So that became a big subject, as of course Crispin, he was found out by Callista, and Callista was like mad at that because she wants to unlock her powers. She wants to be a power, and he doesn't care for power. So they have that little drama between those two going on. Now, this episode, Walker wanted to talk to Wolf because he's trying to figure out what in the hell that Johnny Royale is up to. But even more so, he still wants to possibly get his powers back as well. So it's a must for him to talk to Wolf in two ways. And you could tell that Griffin, Dana, she kind of sees that in him. She's kind of scared and leery. So when he came at her after Walker shows up from a confrontation with Royale, she's just like very leery of his intentions, because she knows that he wished he had his powers back. That's why he took Sway, to try to stop Wolf, because he was hoping that his powers would come out and he could do something. Of course, things got a little sidetracked as the captain wanted them to put pressure on Royale, because Royale was sniffing around trying to get in to see Wolf as well, and they wanted to keep him away because they figured he was up to something. They haven't completely put the two together, but the writing's on the wall that there's something going on with Royale and Wolf. Once they find out exactly, at least confirm the whole thing with Sway, it's going to be very, very interesting. Although later on down the line, they pretty much got the confirmation that Royale was the one peddling Sway. They just don't really know for sure how he came up with it so far. So they decided to go put pressure on Royale, and they end up catching his minion, and they put his minion in the drainer, killing one of the ones that were already out on the streets trying to get Sway, because Royale's all about getting Sway off the street right now. He doesn't want anybody to put two and two together and figure out this is Wolf's blood that people are using. Then they'll really have him, So I thought that was interesting. How in the end, doing that was the best thing for Royale's interest, because he used that as a loophole to get in to see Wolf and have a conversation with Wolf, which was the thing that really, really, really dropped the bomb. And that being, Wolf seems to feel like the drainer is actually benefiting him in some way. From my perspective of what he was saying to Royale, he's basically saying that whenever the thing goes out, not only does he feel his powers back, but he could feel his power draining the other power that's being reserved wherever it is in this draining system. So that makes me think, God forbid this guy's ever taken out of this thing or this thing fails completely, because that may end up flooding this dude with so much fucking power that he's going to be damn near unstoppable. He's going to be the closest thing to a god there is in this universe, and that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought, and you can kind of see that Royale kind of sees where he fucked up too, and it was funny to see how when Christian confronted him later, he mentioned that, dude, you just fucking shit up, like you always do. You know, you think you know what you're doing, but you're just fucking shit up. That seems to be Royale's MO. In the midst of all this, you had some of the stuff with Zora. Retro Girl met up with her finally because her publicist and Zora's agent were just trying to get them together to do some crazy promotion. And, you know, when they talked, Retro Girl was pretty cool. She was like, yeah, I pretty much know you weren't the one to do it and all that. And she was just trying to, like, give the girl advice, like, yo, don't just be selling out for the fame and shit like that. Make what you do mean something, because that shit's not gonna last forever, and probably won't be cool if and when people find out that Zora wasn't the hero that she was. And, you know, Zora was honest. She was like, I didn't really mean to do that. It's just that the news took it. They ran with it, and she's just listening to what her agents are saying, because at the end of the day, she's still a kid, and these predatory, you know, motherfuckers that are agents, this is what they do. They probably know the truth, but they're going to tell her to lie because this makes them money. This makes her a money maker in their eyes, and that's all they really give a fuck about. They don't care about the truth. They're just trying to spin things in a way that's going to profit them the most. You know, and her being young and dumb benefits them as well. So probably the worst thing they can do is put her together with Retro Girl, because Retro Girl's been around long enough to know the ins and outs. She knows how to play the game and everything, and she could school this girl on how to do it as well, which won't benefit the agents in the long run, to be quite honest. So we'll see how that works out. Now, the other crazy thing was the blowout from that kid Crispin and that chaotic chick doing the shit on the internet. It's growing. People are starting to get angry, starting this whole big anti-power movement and things like that. And as we move towards the end, we got hit with something that is going to be a catalyst for something really, really bad. So, the same chick who tried to catch him and Callista tagging the station ended up running off to save the people who were in the accident. One of the fanatics, set her up in a situation where they made it look like this lady was being robbed in the alley. She comes to go save the day. She gets shocked by the dummy that she touches, and then one of the fanatics comes behind her and cuts her throat. So it's going to be interesting to see how this kid reacts to that, because he was so hyped about this movement, even though he's still trying to get with Callista, still trying to get her to forgive him for that bullshit. He's still obsessed with this whole, we gotta like make people hate Powers thing, because Powers took my dad. But now he's getting people killed off the lies that he's told, and I cannot wait to see what his reaction is going to be. Now that chaotic chick, she seems like she's out of her mind with her grief. He still seems like he has some sense of himself, that, you know, he has a little shade of remorse, or you know, he seems like you can kind of talk him down, but we'll have to see how he reacts. If he's going to be happy, if he's going to be like out of his mind over this, thinking, oh my god, what I did. We have to see. Speaking of Callista really quick, it was interesting to see her take sway and her eyes lit up. Now we get to possibly see what type of power she may have if she survives, because as they revealed during the show, some people with powers have died. People who don't have powers instantly die. You may get a boost, but it doesn't necessarily make you as powerful as you think, as they were talking about the guy with telekinesis who tried to stop a bullet. Didn't work out that well for him. We'll see, but this episode is setting up for a lot of fallout, and I am very curious to see where they're going to go with it. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying Powers. I have to say, I wasn't expecting that much from it. It started out a little slow, but as time went on, it's really, really become interesting, and I am definitely invested in this. But anyway, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Vegas, and I'm out. Deuces.